In this video, I will go through how to create an HDR moon image like this. I will show you how to capture the photos as well as how to merge them into one single composite image using Photoshop. So let's get started. Okay, so for the gear, you will need a long lens. I have a 600mm, and I think you can get away with maybe 400. To create this composite, you'll need 3 images. One of the illuminated side of the moon, which I'm gonna capture now. And then you'll also need one of the shaded side, a brighter exposure, and then just a wide angle shot of the stars. So for the photo of the illuminated side, first up switch to a 2-second timer, and we're gonna shoot this in RAW. And for the ISO, I think 1600 is probably good. Let's take the photo. And there we go. I think this looks good. So I'm gonna move on to the shaded part. So for this photo, I will bring up the ISO to 6400 to be able to keep a proper shutter speed. And I'll just brighten up the image until I can see the dark part of the moon, like that. And I will just fire off the shutter. There we go. I think this looks good. We can see the dark part there. Now the only part left is to take a photo of just the stars. And for that I'm gonna use a wide angle lens. And I'll just take maybe 10 to 15 second exposure. This is how that looks. So now that we have all the photos that we need, I will just finish this tutorial in Lightroom and Photoshop. And also I forgot to mention, this works definitely best when the moon is about half illuminated or less, because otherwise the faint light from the dark side will just get washed out. Okay, so here I have the images opened up in Lightroom, all of those 3. So I'm just gonna select all of them by holding Shift and clicking on the last one. And now right click, open in Photoshop, and open as layers in Photoshop. So here we go, all the layers are in Photoshop. So I'm just gonna start by hiding the star layer, because we don't need that right now. And I will also bring the illuminated side to the top. So now let's start by just decreasing the opacity of this photo a little so we can see through. And I'm gonna try to align these 2 images. We can just zoom in and use the arrow keys to carefully align them. Something like that. Yeah, this looks good. So now I will turn back the opacity all the way up. And now it's time to add a layer mask by just clicking this little icon there. And now we can select the gradient tool here. Make sure it's set to a linear gradient. And I will just choose a regular linear gradient, just like that. And now if you just click and drag, you will see you get this gradient that will show the layer underneath. So you can just adjust this to your liking until it looks good. Yeah, this looks fine. Something like that. Yeah. Alright, so now I will add an adjustment layer to the dark side of the moon. So just click here, I'll do intensity and contrast. So now I can just adjust the brightness of that layer. So I'm just gonna lower it a little, something like that. Yeah. Okay, so now it's time to take a stamp of all these layers. Just press Shift, Control, Alt, and E and that will create a new layer with just a stamp of all the other layers. So as you can see, we have everything in one layer now. So now it's time to cut out this. So press Ctrl R to show these rulers on the top. Just drag from them to create guides like this, and just put them on the edges of the moon. And then I will select the circle marquee, this tool, and just start in the intersection of the lines, and just drag it like that. Yeah, something like this. Yeah. And now make sure the layer is selected, and then press on the layer mask icon. So now the moon is isolated, and we can remove the guides by going to View, Guides, and then Clear Guides. Just like that. Okay, and now we are ready to add in the background, and we're gonna use the photo of the shaded part of the moon, which has this glow around it. And I'm gonna press Ctrl T to go into transform mode, and we can just shrink it down until it fits behind the moon, like that. Maybe shrink it a little more. Yeah. And now I will add an adjustment layer to this one too, this intensity contrast layer, and just adjust it until the glow looks good. I think this looks fine. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so now it's time to... Oh yeah, this mask, you can see it looks a little bit bad in the edges. So you can just select the mask, right click, and go into the edit mask here. And that will bring up this window where you can adjust how the mask looks. So I'm just gonna shrink it down by pulling this slider. And well, we can change the radius a bit too, to just make the mask a bit more tight on the moon. This looks pretty good. So then just press OK. And oh yeah, that's really nice. This looks so much better. And yeah, now I will just bring the star layer up to the top. So just select it and drag it up, and I will show it. So now you can just select blend mode on here, right there, and select lighten. So this will make only the stars appear on top of everything else. Now I will zoom in. As you can see, there are some stars in front of the moon. I'm gonna solve that with a layer mask, and I will select the gradient tool, but now a radial gradient, which I'm gonna put on top of the moon. Yeah, so that will basically remove all the stars that are inside of this gradient. This looks good now. So yeah, now the only thing left, I think I can add an adjustment layer to the stars too. So I'm gonna add a layer there. And now you need to hold Alt and right click drag it until you see this little arrow, and then you can click, and that will lock on the adjustment layer only to the star layer and not affect everything else. So yeah, just maybe increase the contrast a little. Yeah. Alright, so this is pretty much it. Now we can just go to File and Export As, and yeah, here I'm just gonna select the highest quality. And yeah, that's it. So now you can bring it into Lightroom, do some final touches like noise reduction, and then you have this. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed, please consider subscribing.